What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the second episode of my next gen career mode. We start today's episode off by seeing that Ramos, another transfer, has came in for our highly rated striker, and again it's only £5 million, and we say to Sevilla, I've matched £15 million or you're not taking him. Kluge has been sold to Hamburg for 325 grand, and also Parlak has again declined the contract we offered. This is a random free agent centre half. We give him £4 grand a week on 4-year deal, sporadic first team player status, and we'll wait and see what he says. And after that, we saw Ronnie said thank you to us for not playing him in the third pre-season friendly. He says, thanks for listening, boss. You're a good man. That's going to help me recharge for the rest of the season. And I was thinking, is it really? You've got like 30 odd stamina, 40 odd stamina. That's just absolutely terrible. And after that, we had a transfer offer for our 18-year-old goalkeeper, 61 overall. He could turn out to be a good keeper in the future, but to be honest, we don't really have that much time to just, develop him for the rest of his career, really. So we'll cash on him right now. We've got Kraft in goal, who's very, very good. So with that in mind, we don't really need him, to be honest. We've got like 4 goalkeepers anyway. But after that, we also saw that we went back in for Jonathan Dos Santos. The reason being is because we looked at him in the last episode, but at the end of the day, we didn't look like we were going to be able to afford him, because although he's only going to be valued at £2 million, his wages are 40 grand a week, which is very expensive for us to be paying week in, week out. And also we saw Parlak did indeed accept the contract we just offered him there. So again, we get our second free agent in just for cover. As you can see here, he's not that great, 64 overall, only 23 years old. He can play CB, LB and CDM, and his stats are as poor as they get really for a Bundesliga side. But at the end of the day, he's just going to be there as a resi and as a cover player. If we have any defensive crisis whatsoever, he can come in and do the job. Otherwise, he's just going to sit there and just collect dust, really. But for me, for those of you that are new to this career mode, and for those of you that are new to this channel, if you don't know how I sort of operate in career mode, I tend to try and get a very, very fixed squad, because I'm someone who is very, very fearful of things like injury crisis and suspension crises. So with that in mind, that's why I tend to go for fixed squads. And even though they may seem useless to you, to me they're just for peace of mind, really. But after that, you would see we go into our first Bundesliga game here, our first competitive game of the season against Eintracht Frankfurt. Is that how you pronounce that? I'm going to get so many of these pronunciations wrong. We take on Frankfurt regardless, and the first chance will come in the 39th minute, and as Ben Hatira crosses the ball in here, it's cleared away, and eventually we swing the ball in down the right hand side towards Lasogga, who heads the ball past the goalkeeper and makes it 1-0 to Hertha Berlin. So a fantastic start here. Like I said in the last episode, we recalled him from his loan spell at Hamburg for £1.3 million, and I think that's going to be a great deal for us. But in the 43rd minute here, you see Frankfurt come back into the game, and Rosenthal puts the ball in off the post there to make it 1 apiece. So a couple of goals in quick succession, and unfortunately, as we were going into the break, we were level. We just threw away that lead very, very quickly there. So the opposition get themselves back on level terms, and that is not good news for us. But straight from kickoff, we tried to get ourselves back in front. So we played the ball out wide towards Baum Johan, down the right hand side, skip past his man, nice ball roll there, chips the ball forward towards Ben Hatira, down the left hand side, back heels it. Eventually the ball is played back to him, down the left hand side, very good chance here, gets past his man with the drag back, crosses the ball in towards the centre, but Lasogga's header just goes wide of the post there. So we almost scored his second goal of the game, but still 1 apiece. But in the second half, we started brightly here. Ramos gets onto the ball for us here, gives it to Hosogai, who gets onto the ball, plays it through towards Lasogga, but I have no idea how I messed this up so badly. I was one-on-one, no wonder why he collapsed to the floor there after I missed that. Should have been a simple finish, but I somehow got it so wrong. But it was still 1 apiece. In the 59th minute though, Ramos goes down the left hand side, lovely little step over here, gets onto his right foot and shoots, but the goalkeeper Trapp makes a great save, and the cross in is eventually a simple save for Trapp after Ramos's follow-up header. So still 1 apiece, and in the 87th minute here, we give the ball away. Eventually Frankfurt come forward, but thankfully for us, Kraft makes a fantastic save to keep the score at 1-1. And as things stood, we were holding on for that point, but Frankfurt did have a corner. It was crossed into the box eventually from the corner, and as the header comes in, it's headed away, but the volley is just wide of Kraft's post, and it is still 1 apiece. But either team could have won this game, to be honest. There was a lot of chances for either, and an injury time here, a good chance for us. Skjelbred gets on the ball and finds Hosogai. The Japanese player gives it towards Pekarik, our right back. He slides it through, and Ronnie's shot is brilliantly saved by Trapp, and it's still 1 apiece. So that was a chance to win the game. game, but unfortunately it was a brilliant save by the goalkeeper. And then in the 90th minute, Ronnie's on the ball again, gets past his man with the fake shot, ends up crossing the ball in towards Hosagai, arriving on the edge of the area. Great save by Trapp, and then Lasogga's follow-up half volley is again brilliantly saved by Trapp, and it's eventually cleared by Frankfurt, and the final whistle does go. So one apiece in our opening Bundesliga game. We should have won it really, although Frankfurt did have a couple of very good chances. We should have won it. With the amount of chances we had, I just couldn't seem to score. Trapp, the Frankfurt goalkeeper, had a great game, and unfortunately we had to settle for a point. And it's not a bad result really. A point is not bad. I was very fearful of an opening day defeat, but I'll take the draw. But you know, for the chances we had, we really should have won it, and I should have scored more goals, to be honest. But after that, we saw that Maya, once again, Schalke just aren't going to let us take him, which is not a real surprise, because you know, he's a very, very talented young man. He's only 17 years old, and you know, there's no way he's going to accept these sort of £2 million deals. But we offer £2 million plus Ronnie. Ronnie has like no stamina whatsoever, so I think I probably am going to sell Ronnie, to be honest, because I'm sure some people really like him, but to me, he just seems quite useless. He'll play one game and then he'll be injured for the next few weeks. But after that, we put in another bid for Jonathan Dos Santos here, and we will wait and see what Barcelona say. We just offer a straight deal of £1.4 million plus Nijmegen, not sure how you pronounce that, and we'll wait and see what they say. And we added a couple of transfer offers here for Ronnie and Lasogga. Lasogga, of course, scored in the previous game there, got our first goal of the Bundesliga. We did get a transfer offer for Ronnie. Borussia Mönchengladbach want him. We asked for £2.5 million, which is 300 grand higher than his valuation. He's 74 overall, 27 years old, but like I said, that stamina is a real problem. Marseille want Lasogga. They want to take our very, very talented 21-year-old striker for £10 million. He's already gone up one rating, and we say no way. Either give us £25 million or you're not going to take him, because he's fantastic. And of course, Marseille are not going to match that deal. We also got a transfer over here for our Cameroonian right back from Middlesbrough. The Championship side want him for 180 grand. We go ahead and say give us 220 grand, which is valuation, and you can take him. He's only 66 overall, and he's 31 years old, but still he's a very decent cover player. And also Barcelona just aren't going to let go of Jonathan Dos Santos, which is not a real surprise, and Schalke just aren't going to let go of their playmaker either. So I'm sure you guys are watching this just thinking, why on earth are you doing this? Why you keep on going in for him if you're not going to get him? But to be honest, I want to keep on bartering because we can't afford to pay the exact fee they want, and we of course can't really, you know, justify paying all that money on one player, as we need to strengthen all the areas of the squad really. But Ronnie looks like he's on his way to Borussia Mönchengladbach, which is perfectly fine with me. Again, I'm sure there's a lot of you guys wishing he could stay, because I know he's got some decent skill stats, but that stamina is just a huge problem for me. It's a real issue, and that's why I don't really want him in the squad, to be honest. I'd rather cash in on him, and we look like we're going to get 2.5 million, which is not bad at all. That will pay for a new player. And we also go ahead and take on FC Nuremberg here for the following game here in the Bundesliga, away from home. So our first game away from home here in the German league. And to be honest, as you would have seen a media article, they say we're probably going to be finishing 17th place, which is just an insult really. I don't think we're ever going to be finishing anywhere near that low. But I don't really know what my objective is here with Hertha Berlin. I guess it depends on how we end the transfer window and what kind of start we get off to, but I definitely think that we've got the capabilities of challenging for a Europa League spot here in this with this side, because it's very, very good. You know, it's actually quite a decent squad, and there's some good players throughout. The strike partnership is going to be very, very clinical, and I think a Europa League place would be a very, you know, a capable finish for us really. And in this game, we did indeed take the lead, and once again, it's another goal for Lasogga. You can see exactly why I said to Marseille, well, you need to pay us a lot of money, or else you're not taking him, because he is a very, very talented striker. Fantastic finish there on the half volley, and it's Nuremberg 0, Hertha Berlin 1. So a very good start for us here. But in the 35th minute, the home side tried to hit back and get themselves back on level terms. They went down the left hand side here. We jockey with Shelbred, but unfortunately the cross is played into the centre, and the header goes past Kraft but goes wide of the post. So still 1-0. We're still in front. That's great news for us. But in the 58th minute here, Nuremberg tried to get themselves back on level terms again. Eventually the ball is played in towards Balic, played out wide. Lovely little 1-2 here. The shot is well saved by Kraft. A great save again by Kraft, but unfortunately the number 7 following in ensures that Kraft can't have a fantastic double save and just end it there. He does indeed score the goal, and Nuremberg are on level terms. So that was a shame really. Kraft with a lovely double save, but it was going to count for nothing. So 1-1 here. But in the 67th minute, Schultz gets onto the ball for us down the left hand side, chips it forward towards Ben Hatira, down the left hand side, swings it in across, and Ramos's header goes past the goalkeeper and makes it 2-1 to Hertha Berlin. So great header by Ramos, and we're in front in this game for the second time, looking for our first win of the season here in the Bundesliga. And here, later on, we won a free kick. Ronnie got tripped up here, and what a great chance for Ronnie, and possibly his last game for Herbert Berlin to score a goal, go out with a bang. He's got some good stats, you can see there, 85 free kick accuracy, I think it was 96 shot power. Ronnie stands over it. Can we score a fantastic goal here with Ronnie, and possibly his last appearance in the 75th minute? It's Ronnie with the free kick. Unfortunately for us, the goalkeeper makes a fantastic save and keeps the score at 2-1. That would have sewn the game up, but it was still 2-1. But in the 90th minute here in injury time, the game was being closed out. We looked like we'd won it and we were going to get the first 3 points, but Mac goes down the right hand side, swings in across, the volley is blocked, it hits the post, and it comes to Hasebe. Kraft was already on the floor, and unfortunately Nürnberg go ahead and rescue a point in stoppage time, and that's absolutely gutting because it looked as though we were surely going to get ourselves a point there, but unfortunately it is a really cruel deflection that is going to cost us the game. As you can see here, the cross is in, the volley is struck, it was going to go straight into the body of Kraft, but unfortunately it took a deflection off our number 15, hit the post, and was turned in at the far post there in stoppage time, one of the last kicks of the game, and Nürnberg do go ahead and get themselves a point. So 2-2 the final score. Not a bad draw. Again, that's 2 draws in a row, which is not a real bad start, to be honest, but that game, you know, both games should have been wins. I guess that's why I'm a little bit disappointed. The draws aren't bad on the face of things, but the fact that we had so many chances, they should have been wins really, and that one was just a really cruel way to only get a point. But after that, we saw that there's a bid coming for Ramos. Once again, it's only £5.5 million. We ask for £15 million, and Middlesbrough aren't going to go higher than 180 grand for Njeng, which is why we say yes to that deal. I don't mind letting him go, and we also see there as well that we have seen that Stuttgart aren't going to match the £15 million counter offer for Ramos. And after that, we saw that we did indeed sell that right back to Middlesbrough for 180 grand, which is perfectly fine with me. And also, Ronnie has indeed left the club towards to Borussia Mönchengladbach, which again is perfectly fine because at the end of the day, he's got too low stamina to get in my club. But after that, we saw that once again, Schalke just aren't going to let go of Maya. We can now offer them a little bit more money now that Ronnie's gone, but we can't really afford the £6 million thereafter. Unless we can somehow come up with the rest of the money, they're not going to let go of them. They say £6 million is the absolute lowest will go, and unfortunately we just can't afford that. As you can see, we're a little bit off that. We can adjust the budget if we want, but I don't particularly want to spend my entire budget on one player anyway, so we offer £5 million. We'll wait and see what they say, but to be honest, I don't mind that much anyway because our CM area is quite strong. I'd rather focus on other areas in the squad. But here's another area I'm interested in, centre back. Ginter of Freiburg here, this centre half. He's only 19 years old, this centre half, and he looks very good already. So we go ahead and offer Freiburg, I think it was £2 million plus Lustenberger for this player, or possibly £1 million plus Lustenberger. Regardless of such, we offered him, it is Lustenberger who we put in the deal, plus £1 million. We'll wait to see what they say, because Lustenberger doesn't actually look that good, to be honest. He looks okay, but not that great, and I prefer Ginter, really. I think he's got a lot of talent. Also, Wolscheid of Leverkusen, don't think we're going to be able to get hold of him. He seems way too expensive, 24 years old, £5 million valuation. We'll wait and see what they say regardless. And the last bid we put in for is the Bayern Munich centre half, Bad Stuber, but that's a definite deal that's not going to get off the ground. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching today's episode. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the second episode of this career mode, please leave a like. It's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out. And I'll see you for episode 3 very soon.